Hi, I'm Joel from the Boys and Girls Club. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Joel.
Anthony McFarland.
Nice to meet you,
From the
Anthony.
Boys and Girls Club. And welcome to the interview.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a Tampa native. I grew up in town and country, and grew up in midtime suburbia, and graduated from Lato High School. And I went on to be an electrician. I'm currently married. I have 2 children, an 8 and 11-year-old. My hobbies are I like hunting and fishing. I have a ranch. I like ranching. Love sports, like playing sports, like watching sports, and family time.
What experience helped you to choose this career path?
Being an electrician or electrical contractor now, my dad was an electrical contractor, and that was probably being exposed to that. And we didn't grow up with a whole lot, but we didn't go without. As I said, I grew up in town and country, which is midtime suburbia, so I always knew that that would be a reasonable career path for me. So probably just being exposed to it and knowing it's out there was the biggest thing.
In your careers as a kid, when you were in Lato High School, what were your grade GPAs, and what made you decide becoming an electrician towards grade-wise?
Okay, well that's a touchy subject because I got really bad grades. I had a hard time focusing on school books and so on and so forth. So my GPA was probably 2.3, very low. So I knew college wasn't going to be an option for me. So that being said, it exposed me to a trade, and being my father was an electrician, I chose that path. So me getting poor grades, which I wasn't dumb, but me getting poor grades kind of steered me into the trade direction.
What were certain positions that you hire at JDP?
Yeah, me being a contractor or an owner, there's a lot of positions. Of course, you have electricians helpers, and of course, you have electricians. That's majority of who we employ. Other than that, we do have a project manager, and he does things very similar to what I do. He manages the projects. We have some office help. We have 2 wonderful people in the office that work, and we have a guy around the shop that just helps with things to do and basic chores. So there's a bunch of different directions you can go. We sub out work to engineers and like low voltage, like data and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different things other than just doing electrical work.
What electrical systems do you guys work with?
We do a wide range. We formatted my business to try to be able to stay busy even when times got slow. So we don't really do specialty. We might do a building like this, or we might turn all these lights to LED if that's what they wanted to do. We don't do a lot of residential because residential is kind of specialty. It's very demanding, and we're not set up for that very much. So, but all things commercial, small or large.
So as an entrepreneur, what is the biggest decision that you had to make?
Decision-wise, it's tough, but having the courage to do it is everything. I talk to a lot of people, and they share ideas, but for some reason, for most people, it's hard to take that leap of faith. And I think that would be the biggest hurdle.
What are your greatest strengths?
I can see ahead pretty good. I can kind of see things before they happen. I'm able to focus ahead, and I think that would be probably my strength. I'm not real good on details, and again, like I told you before, in school, I'm not real good at focusing on a set of blueprints and details. But I can get vague ideas and put them together, and then put together a pretty good plan.
So you guys are a part of the Think Big for Kids, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, we are.
So what is your favorite aspect that drawed you to be a part of it?
What drew me to that was I love working with kids. I'm more comfortable talking to you guys than I would adults, for starters. But what drew it to me was I wanted to help. I wanted to give back. I didn't necessarily just want to put money at things. I thought I could offer something different because I grew up a lot like you guys. And I had a father that exposed me to the electrical trade, and that one single thing made a difference because I realized not everybody has that. Even though he didn't hold my hand and he didn't make me do anything, just the fact that I knew it was out there and it was an opportunity was a big difference. So I wanted to get in with the thing with kids so that kids that may not be exposed to certain opportunities will. And that's pretty solid the way I feel about that. I think that everybody should have a opportunity and be exposed. And I also like it because you're not giving, So if you can expose somebody and they do something with it, great. If they don't, they don't. And I like that aspect of it also.
What do you consider to be your weaknesses?
I got a lot of them. Well, it goes back to focus for sure. And with that, you know, I think a lot. You know, I'm always wandering. So, you know, when you're always thinking of different things and you're not focusing well, there's other problems that go along with that. So that would be a general idea.
If you had to pick one thing to eat for the rest of the year, what would that be?
My daughter asked me that this morning, similar question. And I said too, it was between pizza and lasagna. Let's go with pizza because it could make a little more variety.
Nice.
Do you specialize in any particular areas in a technical field?
I'd say commercial. We do a whole lot of restaurants. I don't know how that happened. I didn't pick that, it kind of picked us. But we do a lot of restaurants. You know, we do a lot of Burger Kings and Taco Bells, so you guys are probably eating it. A few of the buildings we wired.
So you say you don't do a lot of like housing.
Mm-hmm.
So like with doing like industrial and like different businesses. So like how do you like what is the difference?
There's a pretty big difference. That's a great question. You know, in the residential would be residents, so it'd be homes. So like you said, you can wire a new home, which you'd go in there and you'd run flexible cable through the walls and stuff like that. Or maybe you want a ceiling fan, or you want to put some cans over your counter in your house, you would call us. And then at that point, you got to be set up. Obviously, you'd want a clean record. You want to dress nice. You want to be respectful because you're going in someone's existing home. Where if you did the new wiring, well, you could probably dress a little bit messier or play the radio loud or leave your drink on the floor and you're not going to hurt anything. But the difference between those two, residential and commercial, is the biggest thing. Commercial and industrial, you have to run pipe. So not only are you an electrician, you got to learn how to bend the pipe, and that's half the job. So they're really different in those ways.
Can you tell me about your future goals in the next 5 years?
Yeah, I think, you know, I've met almost all my goals, and I know that sounds crazy, but I've done so much. So even having a project manager, like I told you, is another position, has been such a big help for me that it's taken a lot of pressure off me. Yeah, some of my goals are probably just a little bit more relaxation would probably be the best, which I'm working in that direction now. And, you know, of course, getting my kids through high school. You know, that kids are a big deal.
Well, Jeff, it was nice talking to you today.
Yeah, you guys did great.